Hello everyone, it's Cassie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel for another video. Today we are going to be making a halo light ornament. I'm so excited about this. I've been making lots of them because I think they're going to be great gifts. So as I said, we have the halo lights. Those are by Pearblossom Press. And then I have this Trinity Stamps holiday tag die. It's awesome. So I'm going to cut this out of a couple different colors. We'll cut this out of some white. We'll also cut it out of some green later. But let me show you the halo light. It comes in a pack of 2 and it comes in this little casing, and it's super easy to get out of there. All you got to do is kind of just pop it out, and it comes with everything you need. Don't need to add the battery. It's already in there. The only thing you'd have to do other than pop it out of its casing is take that little piece of white paper out, and it's good to go. But this, I discovered, works perfectly on this tag by Trinity Stamps. So we're going to make a shaker ornament. Yes, a shaker ornament. I'm so excited. All right, so here's my green piece. I'm going to have this be my background. And so I'm going to take the white piece and I am going to trim off the lacy part of the bottom of that. So we'll just trim that off. You'll notice I have a few other things on the side there. I also have the Interactive Labels stamp set by My Favorite Things. I have these 2-inch circle shaker pouches. This is what's going to make it so easy. You could do it without these, but that does take a little more effort. This gives it 0 effort. And all I'm doing is kind of lining that up on there. Now, I make a big mistake here. I shouldn't say big because I'm able to fix it, but you'll see as we go along. So all I'm going to do is take these Peppermint Jazz button. They're made by Buttons Galore and More, and Amanda has them in the Pearblossom Press shop, so you can get them there. I'm going to show you a couple different ways you can tack this down. You can use liquid glue, which I'm using Barely Art glue. So if you decide to do some sort of a glue like I'm doing, you're going to have to let that dry a minute. Or you can use, which I'm going to use to tack down my halo light, you can use like an 1/8 inch score tape. That'll work great. You're just going to have to manipulate that all around the ring of either your shaker pouch or, in this case, around my halo light. So I'll just keep manipulating that around the outside edge because I want to make sure that this stays put. And then I'll put it all across the bottom. And then we'll just peel off that release paper on all of those pieces that I use. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. Now, my mistake was I didn't cut the circle out of my white tag first. And you'll see as I'm going along, it doesn't even dawn on me until later. But yeah, check that out. I'll pull out that piece of paper and my halo shaker's pretty much ready, other than now cutting a hole in here. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, that shines through. That's great. Now I need to stamp the push button, where you're going to press. So that's where this Interactive Labels stamp set comes from. This is in the Pearblossom Press shop as well. And it's got all you need for interactive. So I'll just grab out some Blackout ink by Ink on 3 and kind of just remember I'll keep my finger on the spot where I need to stamp it, and then I'll just stamp that down. And here's where I'm like, oh, Cassie, you should have cut the center out first. But hey, we're going to work with it. I'll show you a way to fix it. All I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to take this die. This is this 2-inch circle die that My Favorite Things has. And I'm going to just take a little bit of my mint tape, put that on the back side. That's sitting right over the top of my halo. And that's where I realized I needed to actually do it the other way. So I'm going to set that back down. And I'm going to take my piece and I'm going to flip it over. The reason I do it this way is because I want the stitching to be on that back side. So I'll run that through my die cutting machine and it works just fine. So it can be done. Just, my suggestion is probably cut it out ahead of time. Oh well. All right, so the next thing we're going to need to do is I've already die cut out the outline for our ornament, and I did that out of some red cardstock. So I'm going to use some reverse tweezers to hold that and use that same liquid glue just to go all the way around the pieces that or the outside edge of this. Don't want to put too much down, otherwise it will seep out, but you do want to make sure that you have it secured. Another option would be to use like a Xyron sticker maker or something along those lines. But I'll tack that down, try to manipulate it, make sure it looks circular. Because it is so thin, it can get distorted. All right, once that's down, I'll also grab the silver piece because I did die cut this out of silver as well, just for that centerpiece for the top part of the ornament. We'll pull that in, put a little bit of glue down on the inside, and we'll pop that into place. And then I'm just going to trim off the excess bit that I had. But now we need to grab out some foam tape. I ended up grabbing 3 different kinds of foam tape here. Because the halo light is so close to the edge of our ornament, you can't just use like a regular, the regular foam tape that I typically use when I'm using the halo lights. Because I use the Hefty Doodle foam tape that Amanda carries in the shop. And I'm going to use it here. The reason this stuff is so great is it's already thick enough. It's 3 millimeters deep, so it's perfect for shakers. It's perfect for light ups. So, and since we're doing both, this is great. So I'm going to put this in a couple places that I can. And then I'm going to bring in our, I have some Darice skinny strips of foam tape, and I'll just peel off both sides so I can manipulate this around the halo, because I have to put it right on the piece. And because I'm doing that, it actually makes it the same, about that 3 millimeter depth, because I'm going right on top of the halo light itself. I'm going around the lights, but I'm on top of the mechanism. And then I'll just use my, this is the 5 millimeter, the other one was the 12 millimeter. And so I'll just use that and keep covering all that up until I am happy with the coverage. And then I'll peel off all of that release paper. And then we can stick the front of our ornament down. Just trying to make sure it's all lined up perfectly. And it is. So there you go. All right, next step would be to put the words joy on there. You'll see I had some green ones, but I just got lost in all that was going on, so I decided to die cut it out of some white. So again, we'll use our reverse tweezers, and we'll put down each of these letters, starting with the O, so that way I could center it perfectly. And then I'll do the Y, and then the J. But I'm loving these, and I know there are lots of opportunities to do light up ornaments, whether it be with the halo, or the easy lights, or the one light. There are lots of opportunities to do that. And I love this because it's something that'll go on the tree, and it can be a really nice gift that you give to somebody. Imagine this in an ornament exchange. This is great. And the way I manipulated where the battery is, you can get to it easily and change it out if you needed. So I attached some twine to the top, and there you have it. There is our ornament. I love it. It could also be used as a tag for a gift, and then, you know, double it up. And you know I'll be making more. So if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, and definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye, everybody.